This is the presentation of the Community Foundation of the San Luis Obispo County Richard J. Weyhrich Leadership Scholarship Awards to local students. I'd like to call to the podium the Community Foundation, Lila Dufarina and Emily Jagger.
Good morning, Chairperson and members of the Board of Supervisors. Thank you for allowing us the time today. It's always a privilege to be here, and I'm especially honored to share a few words about the Community Foundation and the spirit of collaboration that brings us here together. At the Foundation, our mission is simple but powerful: to inspire philanthropy and serve as a catalyst and connector for community impact. For over 27 years, we've worked across sectors to make lasting investments in the people and the places of our region. We steward the generosity of donors who believe in the power of community, and we turn that belief into impact through grants, scholarships, and partnerships. This translates to a crisis hotline at TEMA, to a welcome home basket for a family that is moving into an apartment for the first time after leaving ECHO and being homeless for over a year, and many more. We also recognize this is a complex time to be doing this work. Public agencies are navigating executive orders, budget constraints, and political crosswinds. And programs that once enjoyed broad support are now being questioned or dismantled. That's exactly why our role as a community foundation matters more than ever. We are uniquely positioned to bridge divides, not just political or ideological divides, but sector divides. We can act as neutral conveners, bringing together private philanthropy, public agencies, local nonprofits, and community members around shared goals. We're not a political entity, but we're deeply rooted in public life. We have the trust of donors, the respect of nonprofits, and the ability to work in partnership with government agencies like yours. In a moment when many systems feel siloed and strained, we can be the connective tissue, bringing together private dollars, public priorities, and shared values to invest in the future we all want to see. Today is a perfect example of that. The Weyhrich Leadership Award doesn't just honor academic success. It recognizes courage, service, and potential. It uplifts students who are already making a difference in their schools, families, and communities, and it helps pave the way for what's ahead. We're so proud to partner with you in celebrating these 9 remarkable young leaders. Many of them are the first in their families to pursue higher education. Some have overcome extraordinary challenges. All of them embody the hope and resilience our county needs. Before I pass the mic, I want to thank the many volunteers, donors, staff, board members, and committee members that make our scholarship program possible. Their commitment ensures that every student who applies is seen, heard, and supported. Now I'm pleased to turn things over to my colleague who leads the program with heart and purpose every day, Emily Jagger, our scholarship manager, followed by Kay Miller, our scholarship committee member. They'll introduce you the students we're celebrating today and more about the impact of the program. Thank you again for your leadership and for sharing this moment with us. As we look ahead, we invite you, our county leaders, to work with us as partners in solving the challenges that lie before us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leila. Good morning, everyone. As Leila said, the Weyhrich Leadership Ceremony is one of the most meaningful events we host here at your chambers, but also that the Community Foundation gets to host. After months of anticipation, it's truly special to see our students here today with their supporters. We're also happy with what we've learned about them, what they bring to their communities and their schools. They have impressed us so much, and that's why they're here today. A heartfelt thank you again to the County Board of Supervisors for pausing your important work to help us honor these 9 outstanding young leaders. Some of them might be in your seats one day. This program is made possible by more than 100 dedicated volunteers who read and score student applications. Alumni evaluators even joined from as far away as Alaska this year. Each year, more than 1,000 volunteer hours go into selecting our program's recipients. Thank you to our scholarship committee, Lauren Alvarado, Celia Bewley, Pat Hosegood-Martin, Stacy Miko, Kay Miller, Rick Moss, Paul Padroni, and Bern Singson, and to our incredible staff here today, Leila Duferena, Michelle Fries, Emily Narvison, and Audrey Hauser, who helped make this event possible. Established in 2006 through a generous bequest from Richard J. Weyhrich, who's up on the screen, this award supports exceptional young leaders. One student from each county high school is selected to represent their school through a rigorous review and interview process. They have done a lot of work to be here today, I'll tell you what, but this is nothing for them. They are the hardest workers you'll ever meet. So now in its 19th year, this scholarship has awarded more than $700,000 to more than 280 students. This year's award is $4,000. And I think you'll agree that we are continuing Mr. Weyrich's powerful legacy of uplifting our county's top young leaders. So beyond this award, the Community Foundation offers nearly 50 scholarships annually in fields like healthcare, STEM, agriculture, the arts, and more, ranging from $500 to $23,000. Since 1998, the foundation has awarded over $4 million to 1,600 individuals. And now I'm delighted to introduce Kay Miller, who is our former scholarship committee chair, and she's a retired educator and a veteran scholarship evaluator who will present this year's recipients and give you a chance to hear from them directly, our favorite part. And today, I'm sure you'll agree, the future is bright. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ms. Miller?
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Kay Miller. It's my honor to introduce the 2025 Weyhrich Leadership Award recipients. I've served on the Community Foundation Scholarship Committee for over 15 years, including several years previously as a chair. Every year, we really look forward to presenting these inspiring young leaders from around the county to the Board of Supervisors. I believe the supervisors also look forward to this uplifting meeting because it's often a welcome break from your usual business. So here's how things will work this morning. We're going to meet our scholarship recipients by supervisorial district. Supervisors, I will ask you to join me here for the student or students in your district. I'll invite each student to come up one at a time. I'll share a little bit about their incredible accomplishments, and we all wonder, when do you have time to sleep? And I'll ask each one of them a question that very briefly tells about a special project or activity where their leadership skills really shined. The supervisors will present the students with a medal and certificate. We'll have our photographer snap a quick photo. At the conclusion of the presentations, we'll be offering some light refreshments out in the lobby to celebrate further. But we do ask that the students stay in the chamber afterwards for a group photo, and then you can join your supporters in the lobby. We'll be starting with District 3 this morning because we have a couple of students who need to rush back to school and awards presentations. The order will be Districts 3, 4, 5, then followed by Districts 1 and 2. So it is now my honor to introduce the 2025 Weyhrich Leadership Award recipients. Celebrating these students is always the highlight of our work. So let's meet these amazing leaders. District 3, Supervisor Don Ortiz-Legg, Eliana Garcia, San Luis Obispo High School. Would you join us up here, please, Eliana? You can go right there to there. Would the family, friends, teachers, administrators that are supporting Eliana also please stand? We want to recognize your role in the success of these students, giving them support, encouragement, and opportunities to grow. Cheers. Thanks so much. Eliana's major is going to be special education, and she has committed to San Diego State University. During our interviews, we asked students to identify 3 qualities in themselves that demonstrate leadership. Eliana's response: love, drive, grit. For the past 2 years, Eliana has served as an appointee to the Superintendent's Common Ground Task Force, which meets monthly to address problems and solutions. She's president and founder of the SLO High School chapter of the Best Buddies Club, which plans social events at school and in the community to allow SLO High's neurodiverse population have special social experiences with their peers. She was elected as an Associated Student Body Officer in 10th, 11th, and 12th grades. She served as a representative on the Student Senate for 4 years. She played volleyball for 4 years and also designed a new team uniform. Good. Outside of school, Eliana created a fundraiser benefiting Jack's Helping Hand, and it was called Cash for Carols. Students could buy a holiday carol and the ASB would sing to the recipient. She has also worked 10 to 20 hours a week during her high school career in customer service and as a nanny. Eliana comes from a family of public servants and has a genuine passion for making things accessible to everyone. In her essay, Eliana described her journey overcoming a learning disability, proclaiming, quote, "There is no can't in my world," end quote. Her volleyball coach called Eliana's resilient and a leader to the core. So Eliana, I have a question for you.
Yes.
In your application, you told us how you led the planning for what became the most inclusive and best attended prom in school history. I love this. How did you and your fellow ASB students accomplish that, and what did you learn from that?
Yes, so last year I was one of the 3 junior class officers, and with that being, we are tasked with planning prom. And that can seem daunting, although it may seem like a very fun and frivolous event. There's a lot that goes behind it. Trust me, I did it. So one of the biggest issues that I saw was our venue. It was at the Fremont. It's a beautiful venue, but at the same time, it's hard for students who are in wheelchairs or have disabilities to try and get in. It's also slanted, so kids fall, and it's just not the best environment for that. With that, I took it upon myself to find a new venue, and we are so very grateful for Cavalli Estates. They have a beautiful lavender farm, but with that, there's a beautiful barn, and they built us a custom dance floor, and we were able to make that accessible to every single student on campus, and they're able to attend that. With that, I also wanted to make sure that it was equitable and people, regardless of their socioeconomic status, would be able to attend. With that being said, I did a free and reduced prom ticket program where you can apply through your counselor. You would speak to them, and through that, you could either get a reduced ticket, so it would be $30, or you could get it completely free. But then with that, I did see that we don't have any resources for students who need a tuxedo, who need a dress. They want to look their best. You want to feel your best, because not everyone's going to get that chance. So with that, I took it upon myself, and I made like a thrift style event, because, that's what we all like to do. And we reached out to the community, and the community was so very giving, I'd want to say. We got a huge amount of tuxedos and prom dresses, and these weren't just your Sheen quality. They were from Men's Warehouse. They were from Sherry Hill prom dresses. They were beautiful pieces. We got everything from dresses to tuxedos, shoes to earrings, everything that you would need to feel your best. And we hosted an event, and students came and were able to shop around and get whatever they'd like. And so with that, we also had a busing system, so you would just need to get to school, and the buses would take you to the event location and back. So through that, I truly do believe that we can make a difference, and that was one of the biggest things that allowed people to attend and make it accessible for everyone.
Thank you so much. That's very impressive. You want to come over here? And now we'll see Sophia Lagattuta, Mission College Prep High School. Would Sophia's family, friends, teachers, administrators please stand to be recognized, and bravo to you too. Thank you. Sophia's major is psychology. She'll be working toward a career as a mental health worker, and she has committed to UC Merced. Congratulations. Sophia's qualities of a leader: she's a good listener, be a good judge of people, and a good communicator. Her school activities include very active in the school drama department. She was co-president of the Waffle Club. She was track and field participant and a huge volunteer at many school activities, guiding other volunteers, working at the concession stands, and all sorts of things. Outside of school, Sophia was a volunteer at Echo Homeless Shelters, board member of the Center for Child and Adolescent Mental Health. She's a participant in AIM Youth Mental Health, which works to bridge the gap between research and access to care for youth struggling with mental health. And she uses her bilingual skills to help non-fluent English speakers seeking mental health services. So passionate. Sophia has a real passion for helping people connect with mental health services, regardless of their financial or language barriers. She plans to bring what she's learned in SLO to Merced, where she will attend college. So, Sophia, can you tell us how you learned about AIM Youth Mental Health, why you became involved, and what you've learned from it?
AIM Youth Mental Health and CCMH actually were organizations that stem from the same place. AIM started off during COVID when they realized that research was not keeping up with what youth needed, and they wanted to get it done. So they did. They put on symposiums, they reached out to different high schools and got people in those high schools to make surveys to reach out to their own community. And I knew that that is what I needed to do. I needed to be there on the ground helping other students like me get access to mental health resources that feel unreachable at times. And from AIM stemmed another organization, CCMH, which not only wanted the research to come about, but also wanted children to have access to the mental health resources. They wanted people to know where to find them and have students themselves be able to reach out no matter what their economical status was, no matter if they were first generation, no matter what struggles they were facing, to be able to reach out to a mental health professional no matter what. And as someone who has seen so many people struggle with being unable to reach mental health resources, as someone who has seen people struggle to talk to somebody or even realize that they have feelings and that is valid, I wanted to be there. I wanted to be a part of something so big and so helpful to people like me, and I did. I showed up to every meeting, even when I was unable to drive myself there. With this, I helped fund and make this nonprofit functional in a way as a youth member of the board. I talked to my school and made surveys happen. I was able to reach out to other first generations like me and talk to adults like yourself and helping with CCMH and AIM.
Thank you so much. Sydney Mendoza, Napomo High School. Sydney's family, friends, teachers, please stand. Congratulations. Sydney's major will be visual and performing arts. She is a theater right here, all to herself. She's had several great options for school choices, and tell us now, Sydney, what have you decided?
I've decided on Cal Poly SLO.
Cal Poly. Yeah. Sydney's quality of a leader, responsibility, accountability, and building trust through influence and encouragement. Her freshman and sophomore years, she was on the water polo and dive teams. She's had a tenacious commitment to theater production, both at school and community theaters for many years. From her freshman through senior years, Sydney was in 9 coastal youth theater productions. In 9th grade, she was an actor in Mary Mouse, which was the first production after COVID, and then in Troll Queen. She was in 2 productions her sophomore year and 3 her junior year as an actor, singer, and dancer. This year, she was an actor, singer, dancer in both Mary Poppins and Mean Girls. Outside of school, Sydney has participated in summer junior lifeguard programs before her freshman and sophomore years. In 10th grade, she participated in Central Coast Kids Got Talent, congratulations, and has taken summer acting film classes. She does community service because she loves to be a part of, quote, everybody pitching in. Sydney's curiosity and respect for our environment motivated her FFA project of researching the importance of beekeeping, and she became a beekeeper of her own hive. Sydney's leadership approach was guided by her own mentors and reflects her belief in kindness costs nothing. She models respect, sets an example of giving back, and supports others. Sydney, you shared with us that you mentored your friend's younger sister and encouraged her in opera. Can you tell us what prompted you to do that and what you learned from it?
Well, my best friend across the street, I've known her since middle school, and we've stayed friends since. So when I found that her younger sister also took an interest in the arts, I was like, I need to help this girl as much as humanly possible. So I told her about the Coastal Performing Arts Foundation, which is the organization that I do theater with. I told her, we're putting on Mary Poppins. Right now we're doing Little Mermaid. You should come see it. You should see if it's for you. I think you would be great at it. So she and her family came and saw it. They loved it. And then I helped her pick a song, a monologue, and I helped coach her for performing the monologue and I drove her to her audition for Mary Poppins. We both got in. She got one of the bankers in Mary Poppins, and I got the mother in Mary Poppins. So it was really nice to be able to drive her to every rehearsal, and I got to get to know her so much better, and we got really close, and it was really awesome seeing I saw so much of myself in her, and just the joy of being able to foster that for somebody else.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Emma Reasner, Central Coast New Tech High School. Emily's families, friends, supporters, please stand. Emma's major will be animal science, and she's already been accepted to Cal Poly. Her qualities of a leader, listening skills, oral communication, and empathy. In 9th through 11th grades, Emma was on the varsity swim team and a member of an off-season swim club. In 11th grade, she earned her lifeguard certification. From 9th through 12th, she was involved in 8 different community and high school productions as an actor, crew member, tech crew, set design builder, and director. She is the founder and president of the Book Club, which brought together students and teachers who share a love of reading. She's a teen mental health and wellness ambassador as part of a CAPSLO program. Outside activities, Emma has been a 4-H member since she was young, which gave her an interest in both animals and leadership. Since 7th grade, she was 4 times elected as vice president of her 4-H Cinco Campañas group. She's mentored many younger 4-H members. She's led multiple clubs over several years, a hiking club, a camping club, an arts and crafts club, and developed age-appropriate projects for them. Emma cherishes her community service as a meaningful way to give back. Her teacher said, quote, Emma's life and choices center around community, as demonstrated by the dozens of ways she has chosen to bring people together. Emma was quick to say in her interview that she loves her local community and wants to give back. If she sees a need, she makes things happen. Emma is a dedicated young woman, academically, in her activities, and in helping others. She devoted herself to both theater productions and 4-H. Emma, in your essay, you told us that one of the most valuable leadership roles you held was directing a one-act play. Can you tell us what this experience taught you?
Hi. So directing the one-act play was a great experience for me, and it taught me that you really need to communicate with your people. You need to understand what they're doing, what they need, and just you gotta really be friends with them. You have to understand where they're coming from, what they want to do, what they're good at, and then working with them to really foster that and understand what they need and helping them with that.
Thank you so much. Banyan Wentzel, Aurora Grande High School. Banyan's family, friends, teachers, administrators, supporters, stand. Thank you. Banyan's major will be political science with an interest in pursuing law. His school choices, UC Irvine or UC Santa Cruz. Have you made a choice yet?
I have. I'm committing to UC Irvine for political science.
Congratulations. Banyan's qualities of a leader: bringing up others, public speaking skills, work ethic. His school activities include ASB president his senior year, varsity volleyball, AG High School beach volleyball, the Hangout Club. He worked to create inclusive spaces for all students. He's been a Link Crew member and leadership class. Outside of school, Banyan has been involved with AIM Youth Mental Health, speaking on teen men's mental health issues. He's been an AMP Surf volunteer, helping to make surfing accessible to all and building amputees' confidence in their abilities. Banyan wants to help others and to make the world a better place. By being an advocate for teen men's mental health, he wants to bring awareness to men's mental health in general, which he feels is an issue that's been overlooked. Banyan's enthusiasm for making an impact at his school and beyond shone through in his interview. His experience of running for school president several times and finally succeeding his senior year gave insight into his passion and determination for leadership. A recurring sentiment in his interview was his desire to uplift others to success. Question: what is the Hangout Club at AG High, and what inspired you to get involved?
Well, the Hangout Club is a club where we work with students with disabilities to not only make the school more accessible, but also put on amazing events such as inclusion basketball and inclusion track, where we even had some of the schools here come and participate at our own school, and we traveled to Napomo High School to compete in basketball as well. I decided to start this club because going into my junior year, I woke up one day with extreme ringing in my left ear. And as time went on, I also noticed that around loud noises, I would have seizure-like events. And in doing so, I realized how things weren't as accessible for me. And then I started looking around and saying, well, this isn't accessible for these students either. These students can't be doing this. These students can't do this, not because they don't want to, but because they physically or mentally cannot. So doing so, I wanted to create a space where everybody at not only Arroyo Grande High School, but my community felt that they can participate and do something that they love, which is why I am just so proud of the Hangout Club and what we've been able to do these last few years.
Thank you so much. Nathan Robasciotti from Atascadero High School is unfortunately not here with us today, but I'm going to read you all about his wonderful accomplishments. Nathan had a calculus final this morning, so couldn't really make it. So Nathan's major is neuroscience, and he's hoping to become a physician. He applied to Harvard and Berkeley and a lot of others, and we don't really know yet where he's going, but he's got some great choices. Nathan's quality of a leader are ability to really listen to others, have a clear vision of goals, and know when to delegate. His school activities included ASB president his senior year, class president, tennis team, captain in junior, senior years, Friday Night Live for 4 years. He was vice president and president, supporting awareness of substance abuse and mental health issues. He was a Boys State delegate, Superintendent's Advisory Council member, Honor Society president 2 years, and California Scholarship Federation president for 2 years. These kids are all just amazing. Outside of school, he worked throughout high school, including in a hardware store, landscaping, and babysitting. He was a SLO County representative on the California Youth Council. He organized various charity events, including a dog walk with a local veterinarian surgeon as a speaker that raised $1,000 for Woods Humane Society. His greatest achievement was his 4-year daily commitment as a caregiver for his grandmother with Alzheimer's, and he learned compassion and patience. Because of her illness, his research into cognitive disorders inspired him to pursue a career as a physician. And he does community service because he's learned the importance of showing up for others, and he's learned responsibility and resilience. So I'm sorry we're not here to meet him, but great job.
If I may,
District
if I
1,
may say, it's no
Supervisor
wonder he
John-
can't be here. He's got a lot on his plate.
Yes.
So as his District 5 supervisor, congratulations, and wish we could have met him.
Yes, we do wish we could have met him, but all these kids. District 1, Supervisor John Pichon. Brandon Nguyen, Paso Robles High School. Oops, did I mess up? Uh-oh. Should I do Kiana first? No, okay. Do you want me to do Keani? Okay, Keani. We're going to see Keani. Sorry, Brandon. Templeton High School. And did Keani's friends and family all that? Okay, great. Her dad. Keani's major will be medicine, particularly regenerative medicines and science. UC San Diego, she's committed, and she will be a member of the Division I track team at UC San Diego. Keani's qualities of a leader: be optimistic, see the good in people, empower people to make the most of their talents, and welcome different viewpoints and opportunities to learn. She was ASB 9th through 12th grade, class rep in the 9th, class president 10th, class VP 11th, and class president in 12th. She was pep rally co-commissioner for 2 years, 9th through 12th track and field. She was a junior Olympian All-American in the 800 meter. Congratulations. 9th through 11, she was cross-country runner and team manager. 10th through 12, Waffle Stompers Hiking Club. She was 11th and 12th, Always on Trend Fashion Club. We like that. And she was active in Society of Women's Engineers, Foreign Language Club, Wingmen, and Friday Night Live. Outside of school, Keani, 10th through 12, was a youth board member of Must Charities. She's a volunteer for Echo Shelters, Coats for Kids, Slow Food Bank, One Cool Earth, and Boys and Girls Club. She's a volunteer coach for Templeton Run Club summer track camps. Keani does community service because she enjoys the genuine personal connection she makes while volunteering. Her high school counselor says Keani is inclusive, kind-hearted, and serves as an outstanding role model for her peers. She possesses adaptability, intelligence, and commitment. She builds others up to support their growth. The light she brings to our campus is undeniable. Question for Keani. You mentioned in your interview that Jordan Hasse has been a role model for you. What have you learned from her?
Thank you. So if you guys are unaware, Jordan Hasse is a local legend in the track and field community. She, correct me if I'm wrong, I have to look at my dad for this, but had the second all-time American marathon women's record. She ran at Oregon with the Ducks, went to a couple Olympic trials, and now is a runner for Team Nike. She's settling down, is currently pregnant, about to have her baby, which is super exciting. Congratulations to her. I had the opportunity to first meet Jordan when I was about 7 years old at a local 5K in Pismo Beach. I remember my dad was telling me all about her local legend, all of her accomplishments and successes, and I was able to get a quick picture with her, run the race, and later in life, when I was in high school and started to run track more competitively, I got in touch with one of her coaches. His name is Brian Quigley. He is a local form coach in the area, and he worked with her along with me at the same time. I was able to work with her, and I saw the dedication and commitment she put into all of her workouts, all of her training, and it inspired me and showed me that, yes, running is a sport, and yes, there are many accomplishments that come with it, but in order to be successful, you need to have passion and grit and love for what you do, and I think that applies to everything in life. She was so close to making Olympic finals, and to see her come back after injuries, after personal life challenges, has been very inspiring and has shown me how much commitment and love can go into a sport and a passion and everything else in life. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we'll call Brandon Nguyen up to the podium. I should have looked at the photos. Paso Robles High School, Brandon. Brandon's friends and family have stood, okay. So Brandon is going to major in cognitive science with the goal of earning a master's, and UC San Diego is your decision for school. Congratulations. Brandon's qualities of a leader: ability to read the room, figure out where people are coming from, have a good vision of your goal, and use the right tone of voice to communicate effectively and fearlessly. His school activities include ASB, active 3 years as class president, and then ASB president this year. He's a co-founder and leader of Ghana's Grow Always and Never Stop, a student mentoring and tutoring club. He's Interact Club member, and he's on the Superintendent's Advisory Committee 2 years, 1 year as a leader. Outside of school, Brandon volunteers with Must Charities, which is a local nonprofit that is mostly in the wine industry, to create public gifting opportunities. Brandon was on the Youth Board Commission, where teens identify needs within the nonprofits that they work with. He's Boys and Girls Club, Echo Homeless Shelter volunteer, and El Camino Scholars. Is that part of People's Self-Help Housing?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Brandon does community service because he is a first-generation English language learner student. He learned from his family the importance of pushing people up. He believes that volunteers are more authentic in helping others than those who are employed to do it. Brandon, you shared that a good leader pushes people up. You were co-founder of a mentor tutoring program for students called Ghana's. Please share why you created this group and what you learned from it.
Well, thank you for the question. Thank you. So Ghana's, we only founded it my junior year. I wish I did it way sooner. But the only reason why we opened it is because at Paso Robles High School, I feel like education for me has always been something important. And there I see that a lot of students' academics are slowly dropping, and they don't have any peer-to-peer tutoring there. And in Paso Robles, we do have nonprofits there. However, they state that they will help out high schoolers and that they welcome high schoolers. But from my time working at all of those places, I've never seen a single high schooler in there. They mainly focus on elementary and middle school. And I love those people so very dearly. However, they do not know how to teach high schoolers what they're currently learning. They're kind of lost at that point. So we started Ghana's just to be a peer-to-peer tutoring club, just to help people out. And now I think we're actually working to turn it into a class at Paso Robles High School and a nonprofit. We're filling out the 501 form.
Oh, congratulations.
Right now.
Awesome.
We're trying.
Yeah.
But from Ghana's, I've learned that like a lot of kids, they don't have that type of education or that type of opportunity for education. And our thought process is we can only help you if you want to be helped. We can't offer you a mentorship. We can't offer you a mentor if you don't want to learn, you know? So first step is actually theirs to take. And that's, do you want to learn and do you want to be better? That's our mentality in Ghana's. And I think right now we've helped over 50 students in this semester. One of our students, he used to be my childhood friend, and I totally forgot about him because we separated our ways, but he was my first mentor, and he really taught me that everybody has a second shot at redemption at anything, because he kind of lost his way and we brought him back.
Wow,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much. Congratulations. Emily Giordano, Morro Bay High School. Emily's family and friends stand, thank you, and support her, thank you. Uh-oh. Emily's major will be environmental science or ecology. Her school choices may be UC Davis or Cal Poly. Have you decided?
I decided on Cal Poly.
Oh, yay. Emily's qualities of a leader: welcoming, strong commitment to a cause, and emotionally aware of other people. Her school activities include 9th through 12th soccer, team captain, varsity track and field, 9th through 12th environmental club, 10th through 12 bike club, co-president of the futsal club. I had to look that up. That's indoor football played on a hard court. Is that what that is? That's fun. And she has 5 varsity letters. Outside of school, Emily works at Kelly's Candy Store. She's a Estero Bay Kindness Club volunteer. She works with Morro Bay Little Guards, junior lifeguards for kids 5 to 9 to learn about the ocean. She's a Save Our Seas volunteer, and Emily is first generation to college in her family as well. It gives her a sense of belonging to do community service, and she appreciates the shared problem solving. She sees it as, quote, passing culture from one generation to the next. Emily says she is strong-willed and stands up for her opinions, which she says can be both a strength and a weakness. Emily, besides a strong commitment to athletics, wow, 5 varsity letters, you also seem very committed to environmental science. What do you see as the most important issue facing our environment today?
I think the most important issue is probably ignorance from some people, which comes because it's our instinct as humans. We're supposed to be on the top. We feel like we need to be the best always, but it takes a lot to realize that that doesn't always have to be the case. The case is we should be working together to create something that becomes the best. We should be working together to create something that helps lift other people up too, other organisms, other plants, so they can be their best instead of just focusing on us. So I think being able to first learn about what is going on in our environment, and that within so many years, like many species could be extinct because we decide that, oh, one isn't important enough for us to save it in our lab. So I think really just being able to recognize that and then move forward from it and grow from it, but also spreading the word. So I guess just being educated enough and
Thank you
then taking
very much. That's a great answer. So this concludes our Weyhrich Leadership Scholarship Award presentation for 2025. I hope this ceremony leaves you all feeling like we do when we do this work, full of great hope for the future. Let's give our honorees one more round of applause. Thank you again, supervisors, all the volunteers and staff at the Community Foundation, and everyone who came out to support these amazing young leaders. Students, please come up now and stay in the chamber for some group photos. Everyone else, we invite you to join us in the lobby for some light refreshments. Thank you very much.